Okay, so we're going to talk about some carbohydrates today and what carbs are, what they do, what your body does to digest them, how important they are with bodybuilding, and some theories around if you lose weight on low carb diets or low fat diets, but mainly just carbohydrate info and what the hell a carbohydrate is. So to kick it off, let's start off with carbohydrates turn into glucose, which your body burns immediately or converts to glycogen, which is stored in your muscles and liver and awaits to be used by whatever your body deems necessary for those particular carbohydrates. The excess of that, if you keep eating carbohydrates, your body will turn it into fat, which is stored in your fat cells on your body, waiting to be broke down again and used just in case the other reserves get used up. Now, when the glycogen breaks down to glucose, it will basically generate ATP. We are not in a college class right now, so I'm not going to explain everything. So all you chemistry, biology majors, I apologize for the layman terms. ATP helps with muscle contraction. And a lot of muscle contractions, hence working out or exercising, depletes your muscle glycogen. Exercising for around an hour depletes it up to 50%, give or take. So to replenish that, that's why your body needs carbohydrates. Well, at least some carbohydrates. There are all these retarded fad diets out there that tell you to cut carbs or cut fat and lose weight that way. They're basically all fucking bullshit. To lose weight, you eat under your maintenance calories. That is it. That's what you do. Cutting to 0 carbs or 0 fats throughout the day is very unhealthy and should not be done. Unless some doctor has you do it for some medical reason or whatever the hell he wants you to do it for your own medical issues. But the normal person, no. Count your calories and eat under your maintenance calories if you're trying to lose weight or fat. Basically, the debate comes up because your body could take fat and turn it into storageable fat and store it on your body relatively easily. There's not that many processes to do that. With carbohydrates, there is a couple extra processes, so your body tends to try to use the carbohydrate before it goes through the whole process of turning it into fat. So that's why you get all these retarded fads out there that tell you to cut carbs or cut fat for whatever the hell their own reason is. But trust me, it's just all about basically your macros and eating under your maintenance calories. Back to carbohydrates. So basically your body's using the carbohydrates for energy, for movement, and stuff like that. Now there are different types of carbs. I'm sure you've heard this before, but vegetables have carbs in them. And so do donuts, candy, and sugar. If you ate a Krispy Kreme, the carbs from the donut will be broken down a lot faster and therefore digested quickly, and your body will immediately start using it. To make a long story short, simple sugars break down really fast. Now whole grains and vegetables, your body breaks down using enzyme reactions and it takes longer. Me, myself, I stick to whole grains and kind of vegetable carbs just because they're healthier. They're healthier for your body. You've heard all the, artificial sweeteners and, donuts aren't good for you. The way your body processes sugar, opposed to just breaking down the vegetables and using those sugars and carbohydrates for your body. You can still have a donut. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying if you're exercising and working out, you're probably trying to be healthy, so you're trying to steer clear of stuff like that. And plus, a donut or a candy bar is a very high intense calorie food. So you could eat like a giant grocery bag of broccoli with garlic on it, or for the same amount of calories you could have a little candy bar. So like pastas, brown rice, wheat bread, buckwheat, whole grain, barley, oatmeal, couscous, all are relatively healthy carbs. And that's what I tend to use in my diet, unless it's my cheat day. Vegetables are a good source as well. Now, fast-acting carbs like donuts and sugars and sugary stuff and candy, some studies have shown that if you have a candy bar or gummy bears after a workout, that your body will be replenished with glycogen. Now there are a lot of people, and I have done this before, that actually do that after a workout. They will have gummy bears, or pixie sticks is a good one because of the dextrose that they use in it, which is basically pure glucose. So it takes very minimal steps for your body to turn that into glycogen and put it into your muscles. Now there is a study that says regardless of this, your body is going to replenish all the glycogen in your muscles within about 24 hours anyway. But people still take the dextrose and eat the gummy bears and the pixie sticks in order to replenish it as fast as possible. Now, I used to do this with some gummy bears. You need to look in the back if you are going to do this, have the Dextrose. But it was always fun after an intense hard workout going out to your car and eating the hell out of some gummy bears. I love gummy bears, gummy worms, gummy sharks, gummy people. Any type of fucking gummy something, I will eat it. Sour gummies, oh my god. Anyway, if you're gonna do that, I suggest this. Take the damn gummy bears with you into the gym. Because if you've ever tried to eat a fucking bag of gummy bears that was sitting in a 150-degree car, they are one solid piece of gummy glop. And it tastes good, but fuck if you will choke on it. You could probably stretch that thing like 20 feet and it won't fucking break, and you could chew the hell out of it and you can't chew it. It tastes awesome, but then you start swallowing it, you could choke on that shit. It's happened to me too many times. So be careful if you're eating something gummy after your workout and you leave it in your car and it's hot outside. It's probably why some people use pixie sticks instead. But anyway, that's that bro science right there, that gummy knowledge right there. Gummy knowledge. Alright, anyway, back to carbohydrates. Replenishing your muscles is important afterwards because there are studies showing that if you wait over 2 hours in order to replenish your muscle with glycogen, it will reduce the rate by around 50%. On a personal note, I think it would be good to take a protein shake afterwards with carbohydrates in it, especially after a workout. If you're trying to maximize muscle growth and strength, which you probably are if you're watching my channel, especially if you're a natural bodybuilder. Now, some people have noticed if you take the Dextrose, like the gummy bears or what have you, right after a workout, then you'll feel a little bit more replenished. Now, that didn't really happen with me that much. I didn't really notice too much of a difference, but people's genetics are different and some people might suffer a little bit more from not having the immediate Dextrose. So basically feeling a little kind of weak or tired until your body slowly replenishes the calories and glycogen that you've used. Now, if you've ever heard of this before, the insulin debate with the fast-acting carbs like Dextrose, it was believed in the past that if you take that and your insulin spike, because insulin is an antibiotic hormone, that your muscles will grow even faster. This is debated and there's studies on either side, and so really kind of who the fuck knows, but it was more acceptable, well, more accepted that insulin was a good thing. Well, the insulin spike, but now the delivery of amino acids from the protein that you take seems to be more beneficial than the whole insulin thing. Just to let you guys know. Now, when people are on a cut and they're on those low carb diets, like if you're trying to cut down to like 10% body fat or even under, and you're just cutting everything down and you cut your carbs down to freaking practically nothing, people do take BCAAs. It helps suppress your body using your muscle as food, basically, cannibalizing your muscle. Because when you're cutting down that far on that strict of a diet, your body will start using your muscle. You will lose muscle. On cuts though, where my calories was pretty damn low throughout the week, I actually have made gains before in strength. This is kind of more near the end of a cut. Then the BCAAs will probably be beneficial. A lot of people do take those. And they basically spike your insulin level, which brings us back to insulin, which is important. So if you're trying to get the carbohydrates in your muscles as fast as possible, hence gummy bears, pixie sticks, Dextrose, then it would be good to eat that immediately after a workout. Now, if you're taking in fructose from vegetables and fruit, honey, which is really tasty but high in calories, which if you're on a bulk, that's perfectly fine, but it takes a lot longer for your body to turn that fructose into glycogen for your muscle. Now, I haven't eaten gummy bears after a workout in years, and I've been making gains, and I didn't notice too much, but then again, my genetics are different than probably yours. So you might be like me, and it would be okay, and then some other people might get better benefits from the gummy bears and the Dextrose. I would say test it out if you feel like it, and see if your results actually change that much. Wonka pixie sticks are the ones that are like, they're almost all Dextrose. And before a workout, I'll eat something like an apple or some cereal that's high in carbs about like 30 to 45 minutes before a workout, and that seems to help me out a lot. I generally have more energy. If I didn't have a carb source, I would definitely notice it in the gym. But the slower acting carbs from like grains and fruits don't seem to bother me, just as long as I eat it probably around 30 to 45 minutes before the workout. And if you're trying to beef your workouts out, I would take creatine as well, incorporate that into your diet. It is probably one of the highly most researched supplements you can take, and it does seem to help. And I've never really cycled off of it, except for if I like went on vacation, I forgot to take it with me for like a week or so, but you don't need to cycle off of it. It's actually healthy for you. I have my mom taking it, and so maybe I'll do a whole video on creatine, but you might as well just order it and incorporate it into your diet because it is good for you. And it will help your workouts or exercises or yoga, whatever you're doing. So if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and post those in the comment section. Feel free to visit my website, Julian-RawPhysique.com. If you like the video, subscribe, and you could watch a couple other of my other videos. And if you want me to do a video on a certain subject or anything you want, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know, and I will try to do that. And you all be safe and stay away from those injuries in the gym. Peace.